Oh, it's time for us to play the best nation in EU5. Not you, for sure. You not as well. Not this. Yes. Yes. Polska Góra. Polska Góra! It's time to play as Poland. It had to be my second campaign in EU5. Fasten your seatbelts. Subscribe to the channel if you don't yet to follow this for serious. And let's have fun together. 2 days to the release of this game. Since I'm playing as Poland, a Polish hat will be definitely applied. You see, Poland is having 70 dynamic historical events and I think another 30 for the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and 21 unique bonuses between privileges, government reforms, laws and advances. You can even preview them yourself when you have access. 1.1 million people, 78 locations, only 23 starting base tags, mostly in Kraków. As for the settings, I'll go for the normal setup. Just I'll allow country change in case I want to see the content of the other nations in game. Disabling the mission packs as it's more like a tutorial that I was showing you in my Ottomans campaign. And for the flavor, I will allow ahistorical tags. Colonization will be by all countries, but only Western countries will be exploring. Cultural conversions within present in country, and same for the religion. Although I don't think I'm gonna change my religion, but we'll see. And Byzantium is gonna be called Eastern Roman Empire. Kazimierz also got overhaul of his stats. I think it was 88, 88, 88 or 88, 80 when we had access in May. Now it's 91, 88, 89. Play as Poland. And we are getting teleported straight to our capital, which is obviously Kraków. Kraków will be very important province early game together with Zlewikk because they produce salt, which is important trade goods for our trade. And obviously when we expand to the north, there will be plenty of amber waiting for us. Let me start with picking up rivals because you see when you don't have rivals, you get more AE and you also go towards conciliatory, which is the associated value I don't like because it's increasing AE when taking land. I'm gonna go for belligerent, so something that I'm progressing towards normally, that is decreasing AE from taking land and also giving you a war score cost. So that's why, first things first, let's pick up rivals. How about we don't rival these two guys because I want to get a union on one of them for the event. So we will rival Sweden, we will rival Bulgaria, and how about, well, Volhynia, because I'll try getting Khalech as a union and Volhynia to expand into them. In this patch, which was released today, I'm recording this on the 29th of October, you see the UI of the units is a bit changed, and that's a really nice improvement. I will go ahead and start using my cabinet members. We start with 2 as Poland, so not much. I will, as the first priority, work on stabilizing the country, as well as getting legitimacy. So we get this 2 up to 100. Let's just make sure to choose good advisors to handle both. Then we gotta start picking some research. There's not much of a choice in Age of Tradition. I will just start filling everything here. Prioritizing cultural tradition for sure. Diplomatic capacity definitely for our gameplay. Institutions growth is gonna be important. And then stability, investment, religious influence, and the other stuff. Before I jump into our economy, we have to start getting some privileges to the estates. You'll see that there is, I think, 2 unique. Mieszczaństwo has Polish merchant seal, which is giving maximum tax for the burger estate and trade efficiency. But also Novi 40, which is decreasing your max control, which is terrible. You see, my max control is 4 in these locations. So actually, what I'm gonna do, since Mieszczaństwo has very little of power, I'll go right away and revoke that privilege. Which is gonna make them happy for a while, but now, you see max control on this location is 14%. This one, 67. This one, 44. That's gonna be very helpful, and I'm gonna give them newer privileges, don't worry. For now, let's start with some privileges for Szlachta to increase their loyalty so you can tax them more. Cultural influence is definitely helpful. We'll use influence to convert the other cultures. And that might be the only one that I'm taking. Well, let's also take the discipline. 53% of... you don't want these guys to rebel. From duchowieństwo, I'll go for centralization for sure. We can also go towards belligerent. From mieszczaństwo, definitely we have to give a few. Market attraction. Remember, each privilege I'm taking is decreasing my legitimacy by 5 and is also decreasing loyalty of the other states. Centralization for sure, that's a super priority, but at least I'm increasing their loyalty. We can also, this is not needed, I don't even have any gold in the country. Capital economy, we are in the traditional economy like hell as Poland obviously. It's gonna take time to fix. Overall tax efficiency, reduce taxation from mieszczaństwo, and from chłopstwo I don't think I will take anything because they have plenty of privileges already and none of these are really useful. Let's turn off forts, let's minimize spending on the subjects even though I have a lot of them, and maximize spending on courts and stability, and then we can start minting a little bit just to not get inflation, and we're gonna automate taxation on this few guys. Let's go speed 5 and see how it's gonna change. Yeah, Halleck rivaled us. Yeah, now I'm a bit over the relations. I'm actually a lot over the relations limit, so I have to pay for diplomatic spending a bit just to avoid that. Well, see, I'm still making some money. I need to get this to maximum to increase the economy. And the first few ducats that I'm having, I will invest. Oh, how about we don't automate the trade? What kind of trades did AI do? No. This is not bad. How to get some silver and we sell some dyes. Dyes will be one of the important aspects of our early trade. So are the gems. Let's see how it's gonna impact it over a month, but definitely let's start with some RGOs. You see salt is what we will first improve, but then I also just need more trade power, so how about we get marketplaces improved with a bit more of money. Yeah, the diplo capacity is problematic. It's because we have so many subjects, but then also alliance with Hungary and Lithuania, but I want to keep this too. With my diplomats, I'm gonna start improving relations with my subjects. Sieradz, Czesk, Rawa, Płock. Let's just keep that one diplomat for anything I would be trying to do with them. Poland used to start at war with Bohemia and Teutonic Order together with Lithuania. Now it's just a 1v1 and subjects on both sides. And Poland instead starts with a truce. Bohemia until 1433 and Teutonic Order until 1345. I think these guys are still allied, so that's not gonna mean I'm gonna kill Teutonic Order without any issues. The second Congress of Weisgard is about our relations with Hungary, and you see to change our succession law to Union of Crowns. And to read its description, it is a type of succession law used by countries which have a special agreement with another monarchy. In case of the death of one of the rulers of either country without legitimate heir, the other ruler will inherit the throne of the former. It looks like we've got a smallpox, no, measles outbreak in Krakow. Unfortunately, it's just took all of our prosperity. We might actually want to go to this and use recovery out, yes, on Krakow. So see, now it is increasing almost 10% monthly, not 0.5% monthly, so we can fix it quickly. I'm having lack of gold to actually efficiently mint. I'm trying to import it from anywhere, but let's see, I'm just anything from Prague. When I tried importing one value of it, it just didn't work. Let's see if one of this work. I've also got the German settlers. That's another privilege that I forgot to show you. I think it's from mieszczaństwo. It's actually chłopstwo, which is decreasing taxation of the peasant estate, but I'm getting the events for migration, which you see for a small amount of money I can get more pops, so I don't mind this. Anyway, you see most of my trade is based on the salt. I told you, we are the salt empire. You see that took us very short time to fix the issue with prosperity, devastation to be exact. Let me go back to work on this, not this, on the stability. The work here finished and it looks like they didn't take any lands from each other. And what's the truce? 1345. I might try attacking Teutonic Order then, together with Lithuania. You see, actually, even now, Bohemia wouldn't help us, so probably that's what Lithuania did. They broke the alliance. How many troops does Teutonic Order have, Levy-wise? Okay, so they have like more like a standing army than Levies. They have also plenty of subjects, but I could think about attacking Teutonic Order myself. And I will consider that. We have to build spy network to create a casus belli. And of course my own truce with them is ending again 45. And this guy's truce is ending 45. Okay, I will attack together with Lithuania, but we need to get CB in the meantime. So even though I have cores here, I need to build spy network. And once I have 20 spy network, then create the CB. Getting a CB in this game is a bit harder than in EU4. You need to get spy network, then you have to create that CB. So it takes time. Unless you use the parliament. Parliament is much faster way of getting the CB, but parliament is only 1 per 5 years. See, because I cancelled that privilege that was decreasing my control, I increased my tax base a lot. But it's also just Krakow getting the salt mine improved. And how about... No, the profit per level is not that much anymore, or is it? Let's see on this case. It's still the highest by far because I have control and salt. It is very needed in the market. At the same time, looks like I lost alliance with Lithuania. So Lithuania broke alliance with me and Teutonic Order with Bohemia. How about we try regaining that alliance? Can we do that? Lithuania would need to pay to maintain the relation. And they'll desire my lands. Okay, Lithuania, if you don't want to get into union peacefully, I'm gonna make you join the union. The judgment of 1339, so that's what I believe is historically what happens. Yeah, that's even explained here, where Pope complains about Teutonic Order taking their lands to the Papal Court, and it was, I believe, Pope enforcing them to return the lands. You see, after years of waiting, the Papal Commission has finally arrived and the process of deliberation has begun. As we expected, the judges have agreed with our solemn complaint and declared that the Teutons return of our course. But I would assume they're gonna deny it. On my test game they did, and so they did right now as well. I'm not the guys. You will regret doing that. What's very helpful for the spread of our proximity is the Vistula River. And it's not just Vistula River, but also a road that is going through the Vistula River. So you see, that's why my spread of control is so good here and not so good here. There's no river going that direction and also no road. The difference between this and May, when I played Poland, is that you see I have all of the lands fully cored. In May, these lands, I believe, were just integrated because the cultures were not accepted. See, now I start with both lesser and greater Polish cultures accepted, but even Silesian. You see, I also have 5,000 German Jews in the country right now. See, I could intervene in the war of the rival, which is Bulgaria, that is fighting with Negropont. That's interesting. Ottomans, in the meantime, you see they got Karasids and Kantaris as the subject. France got Flanders as a subject. Do they start with that subject? I actually don't remember, but yeah, they have this as a subject already. And does England start with that many lands in Ireland? It might be just them being so aggressive already. This patch is supposed to change the aggressiveness of the AIs a lot, so I'll be monitoring that closely. This patch was released today. I already start annexing Chersk. And this is because I can. This is because the Vistula River goes through here, so I have a nice control, and it has Warszawa, of course. First Sejm is possible, obviously called in Krakow, that's the only city that I'm having. We will go for more diplomats, so you can nicely use them to improve relations. And we will also make it change one of the laws. That's one of the most important ways to use the parliament, to change the laws that are not working for you. For example, this one. I don't want to go towards decentralization. I want to go towards centralization. So let's just change it here. Because how is this value changing so far? You see, I'm already getting it towards centralization, but it's because the same is ongoing. That gives 0.10. We want to speed this up even farther. Let's see if we can get this anyway above 50 to get these diplomats. A real opinion of idols. Change policy. Do I like that policy? Oh yeah, I like that policy. I'll not change it. And I want to go towards humanist. It's gonna be another thing I'll have to work over time, because you see it goes towards spiritualists. Let's do that to pass that agenda. Conflict over Wschova would give me claim on Silesians, and I'm gonna take it because I want to go towards belligerent. We've got Halle as a union for the event, and if we go to international organizations, so you've got the union panel. It is saying they're gonna leave when the ruler dies, but the ruler is 30 years old, so I have to go through the policies to keep them long term. Union Foundation is gonna be the first one, but you see, I can only do it when the unions are going for at least 5 years. And Aldona died. May she rest in peace, but you see, Kazimierz will get mourning, which is gonna decrease his life expectancy, and he's gonna be blocked from marrying anyone new for the next 2 years. We choose education of our heir. She, you see, has balanced education so far, and she also got the gallant, so the stats will be increasing fast. You can change the education type to whatever works for us. How about we do administrative? And you see, administrative gives less to the other stats, but more to the administrative skill. Legitimacy reaching 100, so I'm paying much less for the cost of the card, so my balance is also pretty nice. Cultural tradition. I think since I'm having some money, we'll have to save for a building that is gonna be important for the Black Death, which is hospital. See, hospital is giving disease resistance, well, just 10%, but that's gonna be definitely helpful. The issue is it is costing 120. Actually, next month I can build it. I'll just get it in Kraków, which is of course our main city. And then also I'll build it in Poznan, which is the only town that we're having ourselves in the country. 1342 is when Age of Renaissance starts. That's when I can also choose one of the 3 focuses for the age: admin, diplo, or mill. For the admin, you see we're gonna have max literacy, legislative efficiency, so that's how fast the laws are being done, expected cost of the court, which is the how much you pay for the legitimacy, bank interest, maintenance and cost of the mercs, proximity cost, very important, but that's 2.5% staff investment, Deus Vult Casus Belli, and anti-piracy warfare. Diplo is more about diplomacy in general and trade, from what I remember. Monthly diplomats, having March subject type, Casus Belli creation speed, market attraction, trade maritime advantage, hiring privateers, diplomatic reputation, improve relations, subjects income, war score cost. These two are pretty useful, honestly. There's such a huge advantage for admin is that access to those vault, honestly, and the military is of course about your army and navy stats. There's levy size that is a very useful. And there's non-culture levy size, also very useful, and levy combat efficiency. All these 3 are making your levies very strong early game. And it's not that easy of a choice, to be honest. But I will go for the administrative focus. With 22 spy network on Teutonic Order, I can create a Casus Belli now. And dubious claim on a province. Or claim on a province. You see, this have increased cost of the conquer. This has decreased cost of the conquer. So let me go for the claims on a province. And how about we claim Danzig, soon to be Gdańsk. It's actually Halle that proposed the Union Foundation, and they proposed to establish seniority. That's what I want. So we're gonna be a senior partner, they're gonna be a junior partner, please. And another smallpox this time in Kraków. Okay, at least this is just -7 this time. But I'll do the same. Instead of strengthening government, I have this on 100, which is giving me more money because it costs less. I'm gonna go ahead and recover the location instead. See, it costs now 3 without that cabinet member action. But I think I'm gonna use him for something else anyway. So can work, for example, to use him to change societal values. What's the stats of this character? Okay, and so... Oh, I think there's a better one. But yeah, let's change societal values. And how about we could go towards centralization? Because it's 76 towards decentralization, which I don't want. Let's go towards centralization. And let's change this guy to someone a bit better, like Mieszko Siemomysł, please. How much can we get it? Because there's also, it's not like you can just easily get it to 100. Just limit how much you can push it towards a specific level, but I think I'll know once we are towards centralization. Oh, looks like we've got country of Byzantium that got created. And in the meantime, the Roman Empire is dying to Bulgaria, and the Ottomans keep expanding. We also got Portugal that expanded into Granada, and Upper Bavaria vassalized Lower Bavaria. I don't think it starts like this in game, right? It's time to earn some more money from selling our salt. The salt economy is doing absolutely great. Hungary is calling us into their war with Wallachia. Sure, I can join, but don't expect me to do anything in that war. I think that's an improvement, because before the generals could have up to 3 stars, you see, now it shows up to 5 stars, depending on their stats. Oh yeah, my subjects are moving. You guys, I will need your troops with Teutonic Order, so how about I go here and I make you passive? Will that make you go back home? Or you will not care? You will not care to go farther, so you're staying home. Are you? Are you staying home? They don't care, guys, they just want to fight. See, the first centralization law I'll be able to take is after 10 years of the Union, so we need 3 more years. Teutonic Order, as you see, the army UI is actually improved. Look how nicely it looks. They didn't have, they're alone, they didn't have that many levies, a bit of standing army, so I'm destroying them, fighting in a 1v1. And I will be trying to take a lot. Just take a look at this. Trying to take all of these lands that I'm occupying already. It's not getting anyone into the coalition, anyone that matters. It's like what, Hansa is a non-land based country. I'm hoping to fully annex them and not get the coalition. Oh, I say that and now I'm most likely gonna lose because, yeah, I didn't spread this army evenly. You see, I just have one flank and getting destroyed even though they don't have a general. Oh no, I have just 1 unit in that army, right? Yeah. Yeah. And I got here and then I got blocked by the fort. And now I can't leave this. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay. Okay, guys. Anyway, we're about to go into Black Death next year. So what can go wrong if I rush this fort, right? Maybe just give it one more tick so that decreases a bit. It didn't. 11.4 thousand. Yeah, they nerfed assaulting forts early game. But when I recover morale on that stack, I think 109 should not be something that is gonna stop us. Yeah, okay. There it goes. We just killed 4,000 Poles. It is fine. Oh, guys, Hungary, I think expanded a lot. Yeah, they just took whole Western Wallachia. There it is. Black Death just started here in the Golden North. And soon, via trade, is gonna come to Poland. Just knowing my next target will be Volhynian to expand, I'm already improving relations with guys around here, knowing that how much you improve relation is gonna then impact your antagonism in that country. Anyway, let's see. Full annexation. Anyone would care that it's not in this war? Just Hansa. Everyone else is in this war already. Volgast, it's close, but I'm already improving relations with them. Let's peace out. Taking all of their lands in here. That's a lovely Poland. But I will anyway make subjects in this part, and where I had already cores, I'm gonna keep these lands for myself. So I can go to diplomacy, create subjects. There's nothing really big historical here. Like Warmia is actually not bad. Let's do Warmia. And then I can also create custom subjects. Oh, let's do it here. And I can split lands between the subjects that are over here. Right click, open diplomatic actions, seat, province. Oh, that's gonna be fine. And just looking at this map again, Warmia, you will receive whole Upper Prussia. The rest is staying in our hands. So that's our diplomatic map right now. The vassals play is important. By the way, I told you, salt economy. Salt economy is everything. Since we have a coastline now, we've unlocked the maritime law. But let's just increase burghers' satisfaction. And for the anti-piracy, let's do anti-piracy. See, that's our antagonist map. Doesn't really matter. Volgast cares just a little bit. But you see, I'm improving relations, which impacts that equilibrium. Since we have a bit of money saved, and we are still before Black Death coming to us, I'm gonna start creating some towns to increase my control spread, which is not bad already. But in some locations with a bigger amount of the people still there, and not hyper important right now goods, I'm gonna start turning them into towns, especially historical important nations like Sandomierz, a beautiful city. And I'll be saving money for more. That's gonna be my third non-rural location in the country. Fourth, sorry, because Gdańsk is also a city. About that, they bring me dice, and the control is not that bad. This will be also increasing, yeah, to the same what I'm having in Greater Poland. And the updates on the map in the meantime, you see Georgia. It's relatively big. We're just 10 years into game. Byzantium, of course. Byzantion. The Mamluks seem bigger. Tunis and Morocco splitting Tlemcen. That sounds like EU4. Since a few years passed, I can change the codified inheritance to unified succession law, which is gonna give me integration level. And that's gonna also enable negotiate succession laws. So we're gonna make it more and more likely soon for them to surely stay when the ruler dies. Okay, there goes the Black Death. How about we go and move Kurt into hiding, which takes our stability, and decreases equilibriums of some of these states, but that makes the risk of my ruler and my court dying much lower. Since the town was completed, it's important to follow this up with an important town building, which is a temple, which gives 5% additional max control. See, this is already up to 67%, 5% for being a town, another 5% is gonna be given by that in Kraków. It's pretty good actually, it's 32%. You see, I've lost just 20,000 people in the last month. Prosperity reforms of Kazimierz. Let's see. Oh yes, I remember that event. So it takes money and stability, but for 20 years, make sure that you see this, for 20 years I get funding town cost, fort building cost, and fortification maintenance. I would definitely use it to... Do I need more forts? Maybe for now not, but I'll focus on getting towns with this modifier. So now if I wanted to build a town in Kazimierz, which is also a historical town, I think actually funded by this King Kazimierz, it just costs 320 now. The Szlachta insurgents are rising too fast. I'm afraid I'm not gonna improve this guy's relation fast enough. Can I bribe them? 260 ducats. But just 10 satisfaction they're gonna get. I'm fucked. I'm about to have a civil war, but let's try mitigating it, like making it slower by doing the rebel crackdown action. From this guy that has a high military skill. Let's do the rebel crackdown. That's not gonna make them not happen, but it should slow them down. So it's still fast. They are increasing 1.63 every month with the rebel crackdown. I am absolutely fucked. Yes, screw it, I'll pay them money.
So I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off.
So we get it towards 50%. And say 1.58. Does it... Is it gonna decrease it? 1.58 after the month tick. 1.54 each month. Also new research to be done as we have the new age. So obviously each age has some default advances that you can take without institutions. But for the others we'll need institutions. So how about, of course this is the base one. Let's see if there's anything that is really important. We'll have plenty of subjects. Definitely loyalty of subjects, subject opinion, annexation cost, proximity cost, please. And then let's just see what is important. Well, that's another stability investment. In general, literacy is also important metric. It impacts many things, but I'll show you that later. Yeah, the full rack system for the expanding cost and RGO size. And then just some of the others. Funding town. Actually, I should prioritize this more, to be honest. this is all anyway the priority, and then we can go for this and this and everything else. And of course, long term Deus Vult. Antagonists received for the next 10 years from the Pope. Next parliament, I'm going after Volhynia. What are their alliances? Just Chernihiv. Should be easy. This guy should protect them, I assume. Right? Let's see. Volhynia, yeah, they're still subject of the Golden Horde. Well, we can try. Golden Horde has issues with Genoa anyway. Oh wow. Last month I've lost 120,000 people. This one 56,000. Okay, let's start the same. Would be great to get something to improve loyalty of Szlachta, because this is going to the bad direction. But there's none. And I will definitely fabricate a claim on Volhynia. Now, it's gonna decrease loyalty of the other states, but not increase loyalty of these guys, would it? 32, yeah. Unfortunate. How about... Well, let's take a few loans. And bribe these guys again. So now, this is already 42. It's also increasing 1.2 a month. So, I think we have a slight chance of fixing it. Let's freaking go! They would have like all of this and all of this. 2 forts to siege them. That's not something I'd like to fight. Great. We can now work on rebuilding our trade, because obviously people don't work in marketplaces because they died, so I have less trade capacity. So for the war with Volhynia, Golden Horde will join, but I can get Hungary to help us out. I hope we'll be able to win it, even though we don't have many levies because of the Black Death. Golden Horde has 2.3 thousand troops, mostly cavalry, all cavalry, and the quality should be pretty good from my experience. So good that would kill my 6,000 troops from my test game as Poland, so I have to be very cautious and count that these guys will be attaching to me, which I think they're doing. So if we are all together, strength is in our group. Shooting societies, is that a unique privilege for Poland? Because I never seen it before, but yeah, great for them to get more loyalty, and more importantly, more loyalty equilibrium from this. So I was mentioning that in some of my other videos, but see, the higher loyalty the state has, the more likely they're gonna spend their own money on positive buildings. And I think ideally it is at least 80% plus, so we're not there yet, but we will get there. The Schlacht rebels are gone, the loyalty is fixed, I don't have to worry about this anymore. It's like Black Death is out of our country, at last. Let's not go into these locations maybe. But we are down to 820,000 people. Now we have to count on them recovering, so we can actually fill our marketplaces and rebuild our trade income. The subjects are actually following to be attached. I will let them go and do whatever they want. I don't want you to be attached anymore. Please stop. Unlocked. Ah, it's highlighted. That is so lovely update. That looks just so much better. And look, we can also order full retreat to the stack, which is gonna reduce the army size and strength, but that short retreat cannot be interrupted by the enemies. That's actually a very interesting feature for the multiplayer games. I'm taking all of this from Volhynia. That's gonna be plenty of this expansion, antagonism, but again, this screen does not take into account that I improve relations with some of these nations, so I should be safe to peace out, as I've been using my diplomats to improve a lot. So the only guys that are not happy is Halich, so my subject, and subjects of Lithuania. And I'm improving with these guys already, so it should be fixed soon. I should probably also improve with Bohemia just for the future. But now look, that's getting really nice and polished. But anyway, we need to release a subject here. I will not control these lands anytime soon. In the meantime, Great Poland, Pomerania, and Brandenburg will lose 50 satisfaction. And I'm gonna get immediately an uprising over there. Well, let me make sure that I didn't pay for the forts anyway. Let's just not automate this. Yeah, we'll have to fight them immediately. and I will not be able to give these locations because of the war. That's fine. Let's just deal with them like right away. Should be just this one force to fight against. Yeah, should be even this should be fine. You might remember that in the civil wars, occupying a location that is a capital of a whole province, or like, it's gonna give you all of the provinces, all of the locations in the province into your hands. Occupying a location that is not a capital is just gonna give you that location, and I should be able to rush Poznan immediately. So I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I can rush it. Let's just focus on all of the other locations before I go after Poznan. I'm just letting Hungary seize it for me. Why would I waste my own manpower? I mean, manpower, in this case, population that is slowly going back to 1 million, but it's because of the conquest, I'm gonna decrease it by giving these 3 new subjects some lands. Look, the Ottomans are at least expanding into Anatolia. They just got Karamanits and Teke as their subjects. So it's good to see, but let's see if they can get out of Anatolia. That's what they usually struggle with. The status of the King Kazimierz for the Piast, it is very important event chain for the radical reforms of him. At least Szlachta has high loyalty, so this dropping down to 27 should give me enough time to fix. Oh shit, that's gonna be another minus 20, but I'm gonna go for everything to do radical reforms, even if it means fighting a civil war. Again, radical reforms. This is gonna give liberty to our subjects, but I think it should be fine. Yeah, it is fine, just have to pay more for our diplomacy. And over time, this is gonna fix, I'm improving constantly relations as well. Oh yeah, I just unlocked advance for loyalty subjects, so let me just keep also this at 0. I will start regaining the diplomats because some of these are coming to like the maximum improvement and then it cancels itself. Again, radical reforms, for instance, legitimacy, 20 stability. But this is gonna be, yeah, there it is. Conclusion of the reform deliberations. I unlocked with Piotr Wyślica statues, which gives him 10% max tax. That's a lot. 5 centralization, 0.05. Is this satisfaction equilibrium? And then for 20 years, because we went so radical, I'm gonna get 42% crown power, 21% efficiency of the cabinet, and 21% increased levy size. So even though I made everyone angry and I have to regain this too, that should be long-term worth it. We have to just somehow avoid this happening. We could even go again and use rebel crackdown action while working on improving the loyalty. The Black Death just ended and we've lost 627,000 pops. Well, that hurt. I would have 4.5 million by now, if not this, but it's totally fine. We also have plenty in our subjects' lands. About the next parliament is yet again taking care of some law changes. So this Piotrków is ongoing. What else could we change? How about we change the air religion to tolerance doesn't matter, but more importantly, to give us progress towards humanist instead of spiritualist, because I'm looking for bonuses to convert cultures, not religions. I have to sweat again to stop the Szlachta insurgents from happening. Look, they would get all of these locations at the start. That's 2 forts. We don't want that. That's why I'm already using cabinet member to stop this. And I'm saving money to improve the relations with a bribe. It's time for another integration law. This is gonna introduce Crown Union contribution, where each of the sides will be able to pay towards the Union treasury. See, we are trading a lot in dice. And this is because, let's just look at this. It's even more than sold. And this is because we have 2 strong locations with dice. One is Danzig, another one is Lwów, which is in our market, but of course not in our hands directly, it's in Halych. But obviously we are having the trade advantage in the market, more than Halych, thanks to which we have priority in selling their dice. We are about to unlock diplomatic annexation cost advance. So you see this is close to be ended soon. 160 cost just reduced to 144. Next proxy is also very important, the proximity cost, so we can increase our control of over the locations. So this is at 68% already, which is really bad. But I got the satisfaction up to 32%, and I think with the next bribe we should be safe. Oh yeah, slow negotiations. Integration annexation cost plus 10%. Unlucky, but it's back to the previous cost for the next 10 years. See, now that I got these guys over 40%, this is just increasing 0.18 a month, so we are safe already. But remember, this is still with the cabinet member working on it. But honestly, since it's increasing so slowly, I can get it back to do more important stuff, like changing the societal values towards centralization. You see, I'm earning 0.25 from the Polish Union payments. Lovely. I think I will take now my time to scale, mostly use that modifier that I received from King Kazimierz to build towns. We really need to urbanize Poland. Let's see when this bonus ends. It ends in only 9 years. Yeah, all money in the next 9 years is going into that. This is of course also important, levy size, which is 15 more years. So definitely have to use this levy size for some important war, maybe to go after Kiev or something. You see that from the taxes I'm earning a really decent amount already. Total income is really good and the balance. And that I'm not earning anything from Duchowieństwo. Well, that's because we are Catholic. That's not bad news, because as you see, it gives 20% research progress, so this is a bit better, but it's still tragic. We need to work on our literacy to improve that, but to work on the literacy, we need to get more towns. Oh, that's a very important event, and it even has its unique image. Żupy krakowskie will give it anti-Atlantis to exist, so forever. A bonus major salt mines, which is maximum RGO size, and local salt output. So you'll see that Zlewikk over here, instead of 8.63 of base tax, should have this increased over the month tick. So this is up to 11. And you see I can improve this further. Let's also call a new same. And this one, the goal over here will be to go after Kiev. She's still a subject of the Golden Horde, but this has a civil war with their nobles. Let's see how we can do this. Hungary, if Hungary helps us, we are safe. Just, I've improved with this guy's relations so much. Attacking them will take my stability. So I have to go ahead and reduce our relations. Sending an insult. Anyway, that's the last moment for me to attack Kiev, because if the potential civilians are above 95% of progress, you cannot declare wars. We are next month on that threshold. Let's declare. And I hope that this 10k levies is gonna be enough. Golden Horde had like 2000, but very strong armies. Let's see what we can do. I've lost 2 battles with Kiev. That's why we're losing in the war minus the war score. Because I rushed it a little bit and I attacked them twice with no morale. But with this battle it should be better. I just hope these guys are too busy to come. See, Hungary is even car positioning for us already. This fort has 80 defenders. So I'll be able to rush Myhetsk for sure, but Kiev is gonna be a fort we'll have to actually siege. I'm checking ahead of time what kind of AE I will take for this amount of the lands. And if any of these nations I could improve relations with to avoid it. Teutonic Order, Chernihiv, and Bryansk, wherever is even Teutonic Order. Teutonic Order are here. Teutonic Order are not improved, so I could improve relations with these guys a little bit. Anyway, I'm going a bit aggressive with that peace deal. It's 200 against expansion on Kiev, of course on the others it's less. I should be covered with improved relations on none of these guys. I hope. Yeah. We have to just somehow regain our alliance with Lithuania. Likely target a coalition, that doesn't help. Coalition of what? This few guys. Should be an easy one. And yeah, I'm not even getting rid of my levies, because civil war will start immediately. But you see it's just these few locations. Can I just make sure to turn off the fort? So Poznań will at least have, yes, half of the people in it, so I can take it back immediately. Yeah, not that bad. Unfortunately, paid it back immediately. So it's at 200. Mattis have the same strategy, getting everything else in one stack while sieging down with another one in Poznań. Maybe sieging everything will be enough? No, they will not surrender until I take Poznań. Next same is gonna be simply focused on integration for sure. It is simply focused on getting more taxes. So we scale our economy and get more city in the next few years. Also here in this newly conquered lands, let me make sure to release a few new subjects. Oh yeah, and since Kiev was capital of the market, I'm right now controlling 2 markets. Even here I even have the highest trade advantage already. And I think by default we've got an automation going on there, but let me try handling it myself. 2 trade nodes I can do. A higher number will be more likely to turn into automations. Oh, Kiev is actually having a bit of our favorite amber. As well as fur, so definitely be exporting that. See, my trade is slowly scaling. I see I'm spending also a lot of money on diplomatic because of the amount of the subjects that we are having. And the fact that I keep improving relations with different guys, which takes my monthly diplomats. Okay, we also have some money. Let's keep investing that. You see, I'm just creating the towns following the Vistula River. Tarnów is definitely the next one. And I want to create at least 2 more while having the prosperity works bonus, so that's next 3 years. Oh yes, caution is banned. Is it enough to realize this, guys? Or it's like still a likely target? That is a problem here. Who is still likely here? Kiev. These guys are too low. These guys are already a subject. I think it's Hansa. How do I even find Hansa? Okay. Guess I need to open a location panel. Okay, I'll find the Hansa building. There it is. There you go. And let's improve relations with them. How's the world in the meantime? We are 30 years in. For some reason, Navarra is defeating Castile. Who's helping them? Portugal and Navarra. At least it looks like it. It could be just a bit of carpet siege. Tunis and Morocco did its clamshell and make them their subject. Mamluks big. Hold the jewelry is big. Ottoman's looking not bad, to be honest, but you guys are probably still disappointed. Byzantine still around, Bulgaria expanded here. Thessaly is pretty big as well. Golden North still having noble rebels. Moscow going a bit this side. Lithuania expanding north. Denmark conquered their course in the meantime. In Germany, Upper Bavaria lost Lower Bavaria. They didn't keep it for long. Lunenburg is uniting a bit. We've got Saxe, Wittenberg, and Brandenburg. That's actually a new. I barely ever saw anyone expanding in Germany, so at least that's a change. I should use my cardinal for the first time. So if I go to society, religion, and open the international organization of the Catholic Church, go to the papal bulls. That's a new UI. I didn't see it before. Some other requirement that I'm not feeling now. Catholic has curia actions blocked. Okay, let's skip it for now. On a side note, we need masonry. So how about we go to our trade? We cancel one of the existing trades. This one is taking a lot, but not bringing as much efficiently money as the others. And we instead go ahead and import masonry. Whoever can give us the most. So this way, technically, soon we should be able to decrease the price of the funding a ton from 333 to a bit lower if we get the price of masonry lower. No, an old school comment site just as soon as I got my stability to 100. Chersk is now annexed. Very nice. But in the meantime, you see we've got the price of masonry to 0.98, which is making the funding towns slightly cheaper. Not as cheap as I would like it to be though. Just a few months before the end of the modifier, I can fund another town. This will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 towns in the country. And since I annexed these guys, could choose one of the locations with more people. I think Warszawa is gonna become a town by itself later via an event. So I don't need to do it now. I should also probably accept. Oh yes, please accept Mazovian culture. So we get these lands as full course. Oh, I don't have prestige to accept them. They're just integrated. They're just tolerated for now. Okay, can we get a royal marriage for our son with Hungary? Oh, look at that character. They will accept, and that gives me enough prestige now to go ahead and accept Mazovian culture to make this full course. And there it is. Now the equilibrium of the control is much better. Should also think about adding one of this as a city, or maybe just something again close to Kraków, not Wieliczka. Yeah, but Wyślica, not many people live here, but if you make it a town, it should increase over time. And interestingly, I might take a loan to create another one. You know what? No more towns for now. Let's just keep what we have. Oh, funding town cost from the advance. Yeah, it's a bit late, but I have 1 month of both modifiers living together, so I have to use it to do one more town. There's just not so many people across the river. Yeah, Garwolin sounds not bad. 293, as you see, is the cost. Let's fund it. And with the money that I still have, I might build follow-up buildings. And we now have to focus on repaying the debt. Another law. By the way, Kazimierz became 100. Just love it. Let's take another law, which is gonna be diplomatically limiting the Halich. And I got like 2 screenshots of this guy. Anyway, we're in 1370, and there's plenty of things to do as Poland. And I think this is where I'm gonna finish this campaign. I think it is going so far so good. I'm enjoying it. Definitely doing better than in May, where I was much more unexperienced. I know what I'm doing this time. Of course, there are also a lot of changes to the game, but for the better. For today, guys, thanks for watching. I hope that you did enjoy this campaign so far. Just let me show you the statistics. We are at 63 of income, 85 of base tax. This is our map of control, and we are going towards the great direction. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to get notified about part 2 of this series. I'm gonna see you soon. Bye.